Unit, the new series, giving you more Kate Stewart content than the last 2 episodes of Vlogs. What a waste of a character. Hello and welcome back to Madmen with a Box. I'm one of the Madmen, Chris, here to talk about Unit Extinction, the first part of Unit, the new series, which came out on the 9th of November 2015. Now, I'm not particularly a big Unit kind of guy. I don't know, the military organization stuff, it doesn't particularly interest me. There's nothing wrong with Unit. It never fascinated me, compared to something like, like the War Master, stuff to do with Time Lords, any of that stuff. I liked, stuff like Torchwood and all that, but they weren't really the things that interested me much. But one of our previous guests on our videos, our Animated Concepts, talked about Unit Extinction. I thought, I'll check it out for myself. So here I am to talk about Unit, the new series, the first series, Extinction.
That, just to cook a ready meal.
It's a Skyfall. I know, not that James Bond film. The Skyfall incident. There's something raining down from the sky, and Colonel Shindy and Captain Josh Carter are sent to investigate it, alongside scientific advisor Osgood. While this is going on, Kate is just attending a convention. Well, not really. It's she's visiting Devlin Future Tech to talk to Simon Devlin. What a very obvious villain name. It's not that much of a secret that he's obviously the villain of the story. But this also leads to journalist Jackie McGee investigating both Devlin and Kate and Torchwood at the same time. This is a good starter to this anthology. I will say this is all one big story, just split into parts, not like some other anthologies where it's separate stories. This is one of those anthologies where it's one big story separated into parts. I'll say that first. But Vanguard by Matt Fitton, the first story, really good. Really enjoyed it. I was kind of surprised how much I was engaged, how much I like this first story. It introduces all of these new characters well, brings back the ones we already know of, Kate and Osgood. It feels like they never left. There never been a huge gap between their appearances. I mean, this was back in 2015. I think they were just in those the two Zygon episodes, Zygon Invasion, those ones. I don't know, can't remember which one was first, but I think that was around the same time they appeared. But it's 2022. Gotta get used to that. Feel like it's been ages since we've seen Kate and Osgood and all that. Regardless, I'm not counting Kate's appearance in Flux. That, like I said earlier, that was a huge waste of that character. She had use a character like Kate and do nothing with her. Damn it, Tribunal. But Vanguard, great intro, really good intro. Liked it, which leads to our second part, the reverse of Skyfall.
Something about a landing in Asia?
Earthfall by Andrew Smith. So we are introduced to another character, Sam Bishop, as he is sent to Mongolia alongside Osgood to retrieve a Nestine energy unit. Yes, I forgot to mention the big bads, aside from obvious villain named CEO guy, billionaire Simon Devlin, is the Nestine consciousness, the Autons. They are sent to retrieve it before Devlin's own people can get to it. And while this is all going on, Kate is becoming very suspicious about Simon Devlin's company. I mean, very obviously. Like I said, the name just screams, I am evil. It's like, I'm Simon Devlin. Trust me, I'm a good guy. This was also a good story. Good part. I shouldn't say stories because, like I said, they're all parts of a bigger story. This was a good part. I like the introduction of Sam. With all these new characters, you get a very clear indication of like who they are, what they bring to not only to Unit but to the story in general. So it feels like none of these characters are a waste. None of them don't need to be there. They all have their part to play. They are written well where it's executed nice. It works. And that leads to our penultimate, I almost said story.
For goodness sake, man, I've slightly more pressing matters.
Bridgehead by Andrew Smith. Now, the Nestine's energy units are falling from the sky. It's too much for UNIT to handle. They can't get all of them, and Devlin has almost essentially collected all of them for himself, for his master, the Nestine consciousness. So, what's the best thing to do? Well, it's time for some Among Us imposter work here, where Josh goes undercover to Devlin Future Tech, but it all goes wrong for Josh. Poor Josh, and he is essentially forced to become a human Auton kind of hybrid. They use this technique where they essentially like just pump plastic into him and like, stuck it into my veins, like pump plastic into him, and he becomes controlled by the Nestine consciousness. He's now a super plastic human. Another good part. The stakes are really rearing up now. You know, Nestine energy units everywhere. They can't get all of them. Looks like Devlin and the Nestine consciousness plans are finally coming together, finally going to work, which leads to our finale.
I hope you've got your swimming badge, Corporal!
Armageddon by Matt Fitton. No, not that Armageddon. Not Deep Impact. This one, Armageddon. The Autons are swarming across the planet. They're all been unleashed by the Nestine consciousness. What unit is leading the attack on all fronts? What can they do? Kate has an idea, as she sent a clue for a weapon to use against the Nestine. This was a good finale. Considering a lot that goes on with it, I didn't think it felt like rushed at all with this story. I didn't feel like it was like all over the place. The pacing of it was really, really good. There was a moment it's like, oh wait, they killed one of these new characters? What? No, we only just got introduced to this character. Luckily, no, they don't. They don't kill one of the new characters, thank God. Like I said, I really like all of these new characters, especially Josh. Josh is probably my favorite character of this story, so I'm kind of excited to see more from UNIT, just to see more of Josh. I just really love like his dynamic, the situation that he's been put in, what happened to him the previous part, where he becomes a human Auton hybrid essentially, and he's now just like, I have super strength, I am the strong. I have maxed out my strength build in Dark Souls. But no, good ending, pacing really well, wraps up everything nicely. Now, before I finish this off, I want to talk about the theme of UNIT, the new series. I don't think I've ever heard a theme that just made me feel so invigorated to listen to each part. You know, just hearing the theme is like, oh, damn, I'm ready to commit war crimes. it's a really good thing. It really gets you pumped and ready to listen to each part of this anthology. So overall, I won't give the individual parts rankings. I just realized I never did, because I don't really think I should, because it's one big story connected to one another. I would give this an 8 out of 10. I think this was a solid, good to great introduction to UNIT, the new series, and I cannot wait to see more. If I'm not too busy listening to a lot of other stories. I have a lot of other stuff I have to listen to for this channel, and just in my own time. But I will definitely, next paycheck, I'll get the second one, which I believe is called Shutdown? Yes, UNIT Shutdown is the next one. Hopefully in time for, I think, Nemesis, the current parts coming out, because they're doing like Nemesis 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, I think. I don't know, I'll have to check. Hopefully in time for that coming out soon. Who knows, I have a lot of time in my hands when I'm not working. But that has been my talk, review, as such, of UNIT Extinction. Thank you everyone for watching. Check out my previous reviews, check out any of the other videos I've done with the fellow madman, and I will see you all in the next one. Ciao.